Hello friends. Long time no see. We're just gonna skip over the usual like conversations YouTubers start off with, like haven't posted a video at X amount of time because of this, this, and this. I'm just not gonna give you my excuses because I know you don't care. And we're also not going to address, you know, the state of my skin. Everybody has bad skin sometimes, you know, it's just a thing. So we're gonna skip over all that and just get to the good stuff. So I wanna try some like kind of pinky mauve tones, just kind of wanting to pick some shades for a bride that I'm going to be doing soon. She wants pink, so I've been playing with different things. I've already moisturized my skin, but I'm still feeling a little dry. I've been going through a time with my skin, and the products that I've been having to use make it pretty dry sometimes. So I've been using this on my clients just to prime the skin, and also have been mixing it with foundations, but I haven't used it myself, so I figured let's try it. This is like a moisturizer and primer, and then I'm going to go in with another primer too. First thing I'm gonna do is just go in with my Benefit Give Me Brow, or no, it's the Precisely My Brow pencil, and this one is in the shade 1, just to get the basic shape in. It's a pretty light color. Can you hear my dog whining at the bottom of the stairs because he's too afraid to walk through the gate? Baby, come on, you can do it. He wants me to come help him through the gate, which is open. He's just too afraid to walk through it. Alright, so we've got kind of like a little basic sketch going on for the brow, just real quick, you know? And then what I normally do, depending if I want like a softer brow, is I'll go in with the same brow pencil, but in the shade number 2, fill in the outer portion and then clean up my brow with concealer. But I'm just going to use my ABH brow pomade in the shade Blonde just to define the outer portion. I don't really have a lot of hair right here, so I like to go in with a pomade or even just a darker shade of a pencil or whatever I'm using to really make sure that we don't look bald over there, because sometimes no matter how much product I put, I still see a kind of gap. So I'm always sure to do this thing where I look down at my brows like this into my mirror and make sure I don't have gaps right here, because I will get that a lot. And sometimes the products aren't sticking, but the pomades usually do the best for me on the lip. Baby, come on, I don't want to listen to you crying this whole video. Let's go. You can do it. You're a big boy. You're 5 years old now, bruh. I'm so glad that my face is angled this way because that brow over there, it's not it. Okay, so what's new with you guys? How are you? How was 2019 for you? Did it treat you well? So I am taking some of my Tarte Shape Tape. This one is in the shade Fair Neutral. I made an executive decision to separate my kit brushes and my personal brushes because I was just finding it way too hard to keep my brushes clean. It was just becoming way too much of a job to keep my brushes clean for the clients. So I found it easier just to completely separate my brush. So the brushes I have for myself aren't like my favorites, but they definitely can do the job until I can have doubles of my favorites. This brush is literally like my first makeup brush I ever owned from the Urban Decay, like the first naked palette that came out. So that was my first eyeshadow palette. My husband bought it for me when we were living in our first apartment. So that had to be like 7-8 years ago. Yeah, my eyebrows are actually like poured right this second, so let's like hurry up and go to the next thing because I'm a little over it. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more of that Shape Tape, just whatever was left, throw it on the eyelids. Let me go ahead and blend this out so I don't look crazy for the next 5 minutes of this video. Alright, so I'm also going to take a little bit of my Urban Decay Primer Potion just to throw into the mix. Tell me what you guys think of the P. Louise eye base. I hear so many mixed reviews, but all I know is that everything I see on like Instagram, you know, the internet, looks freaking amazing and I want to try it. And I also want to try not setting my base, but at the same time it's like I don't have a day when I'm actually doing my makeup, when I'm okay to possibly look crazy the whole day in the event that it doesn't work out for me. You know, sometimes I just can't afford to be a risk taker when I got ish to do. Should I try it today while I'm filming a video and going to local businesses and marketing myself for my makeup? Maybe I shouldn't have bad makeup. I don't know what's right and wrong anymore. How about this? We're gonna tap this in to make sure there's no creases. I feel like it's almost starting to dry. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and go in with our first eyeshadow, and I'm gonna tap it in with kind of like a packing brush. We're not gonna do any sweeping because I don't know if something bad's gonna happen. I don't know why I'm deciding to do this. It's just like it's been on my brain and I want to try it. Because I always set my base with either a skin tone shadow, translucent powder, whatever. So I'm going in with my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm taking this mauve shade. And I'm tapping in this outer area. Whoa. Yes. I mean, if it doesn't work out, I can just stay at home in my freaking pajamas and watch Netflix. You see how I set myself up for success? This is why I haven't posted a YouTube video. So this shade definitely is more like purpley mauve than I know my bride is looking for, but I'm hoping the other shades that I mix with it will kind of turn it into a look that I'm going for. Now I'm going to take the same shade, but I'm also going to mix it with warm taupe right here. So, yes, so things that are different in my life. Since I've seen you last, as you know, got married, but then everything was kind of just the same. After the wedding, kind of went back to normal life. And then about 2.5 months ago, I started getting back into my freelance makeup, and after a couple months I got contacted by a place called Pink Halo, which is basically like a new beauty lounge slash hair place. They sell beautiful hair. You can get eyelash extensions there, brows, and then of course they provide makeup services. So they hired me as one of their makeup artists. So that's the newest, most exciting thing in my life, just kind of trying to figure out how to market myself differently, because I'm not just working, independently anymore. I'm still managing my own business and doing my own thing, but I am actually working inside of a place, which is nice, and it's like incredibly beautiful. I'll insert some pictures of the place here, but yeah, it's super luxurious and just different, because normally I would go to people's houses, they come to my house type of situation, and now it's a whole new experience. I can still freelance and go to people's homes or like on location for weddings and stuff, but it's just a new exciting little venture. So now I'm going in with this kind of like smaller domed packing brush, and I'm taking some of the Love Letter shade, and this is going to hopefully pull this look into more of a rosy look, going a little heavy because I will be adding a brown too to kind of reel it in a little bit. But my bride is really wanting pink, and I'm just playing with different pink looks that I feel is bride appropriate and still like natural and glam. It's looking a little messy, but I feel like when it comes together it'll be nice. So now I'm going to take this dark brown Cypress Umber shade, and I'm going to darken up the outer corner here. I just watched a bride tutorial this morning. I will put the girl here, but she used this palette and she used pretty much the same exact colors that I'm using in the same exact way. So I was like, hey, let me try this, because what I've been doing for kind of a pinky look has been different. So I wanted to see what it will look like. It looks a lot more gray than I think I would go for, but let's keep working with it. And now I'm taking the warm taupe shade just on its own. I'm buffing this out. I feel like I'm basically like recreating that girl's makeup look, but in like the worst way. Like, it's not as good as hers. I just can't be bothered today. I don't know why I decided to film this. I just really like, I feel like I'm such a routine person, and if YouTube, Instagram, all that is not incorporated in my daily routine, then it just completely, you know, is fallen off and just out of sight, out of mind. I don't do it consistently. So I'm just trying to get, I don't freaking know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get my life together. I just want to get back to finding a happy medium in this, because that is a little difficult. I'm still working full time. Now I got Pink Halo also, doing makeup there. I have a husband. I have a dog child. I have a house to maintain. You know, the regular adult stuff. I mean, I'm glad we could share this experience together on the internet of my eyeshadow failing because I didn't set my base and I wanted to be cool like all the other people and not set my base, but I just didn't do it today. Plus, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like mauve tones, like I always have a problem with them. Cleaning this up with a makeup wipe. Like, I think this is pretty, but I feel like this is like way too dark and dramatic for the bride that I am prepping for right now. Like, this is way too gray and smoky for her. We're gonna go in with the same concealer as earlier with the same concealer brush. Create an area on my lid for a lighter shade, not a crazy cut crease, just a light base. The Sephora 20% off sale is going on right now, and among other things, I do have the Soft Glam palette in my shopping cart, because I'm not gonna say any names, not gonna place blame, but I already, you know, have purchased and owned the Soft Glam palette, and now it's just not in my home anymore. So whoever has it, I hope you're just living life, enjoying it, because I now have to buy another one, but it's okay. Do you, boo-boo, do you. I'm just tapping some more of that pink shade real quick right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with the shimmery light shade Vermeer, hitting that with some setting spray that is apparently pretty much out. Awesome. I've used this shade on the lid on clients a few times, on a bride before. Very beautiful. Baby, come on, I don't want to hear you crying. Oh my gosh, I have a nice microphone that I purchased, and it is a little expensive, and I never freaking use it. I always forget. How annoying. I got you next time, okay? I got you next time. Going in with that brush that I used for the Cypress Umber, the dark brown. Just taking whatever's left from the brush, going over this line right above the shimmer shade. Yeah, this look is way too purple. Like, even though I ended up adding that Love Letter shade, it's just not doing it. It's just purple. Like, it's purple. As a little topper, and this is something I did on my own wedding day, I'm going in with the Stila Heaven's Dew in Silver Lake. And it's just like a nice little subtle glimmer, if you will. It's not like a big chunky glitter or anything. It's just a nice little eye-catching situation. I didn't do a wing on my wedding day because of my eye sensitivity issues, and with the weather that was going on that day, I feel like it was a really bad decision if I did that. So I will do a wing liner on her. I'm gonna quickly add one on myself. This is the Benefit Roller Liner. It's probably been one of my favorite felt tip liners that I've used in a while. I wish it was a little bit more matte. I wouldn't say it's glossy, but it's not all the way matte. If I had my Soft Glam palette, I would take the beautiful black noir shade, I think it is, tap it on top, you know, make it really matte and amazing. But, you know, somebody stole it. One more time with our little makeup wipe, just here on the outside to straighten up our little wings. Let's move on to the skin. As far as foundations, I'm pretty much out of almost everything. My clients are pretty good. Like, they have all the products they need in my kit. But for myself, like, this is a situation going on right now, currently. Ooh, I forgot to add my other primer. Let's do that right fast. Getting a little ahead of myself. I finally jumped on this train. Been using it on my clients, a few times on myself. This is the Benefit Professional Primer. So let's throw that in my problem areas. As I've gotten older, my area right here on my cheeks has visible pores, which is annoying. Not really my chin, but mostly that. And then of course around my nose I get oily, so just kind of mattify that out a little bit, help oil control. And I'm working some of that under my eye too. With that foundation, I'm also going to mix in some of this Giorgio Armani Luminous Soap Foundation. My skin went through it, girl. Okay, I'm talking, I've been on antibiotics for a couple months, antibiotic creams, freaking face washes that bleach all my damn towels. Like, I had a major situation happen. Flashback to my last video where I was like, oh my gosh, like so praising my skincare routine, which I still love that skincare routine, but I kind of have like a mix up, you know, with a makeup sponge situation. And yeah, like got a little effed up bacteria issue, but yeah, we all learn from our mistakes. I've been using these Real Techniques beauty blenders for forever now. I think I've owned one beauty blender my whole life, loved it, but girl, those things are too expensive, and I like to have multiples on hand. And I mean multiples, and like the beauty blenders are $20-something a piece. Like, no ma'am, I just can't afford you. Get up in this receding hairline. So the foundation that I'm going to try to go back to, which is in my Sephora cart, is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's more affordable than the NARS and the Armani that I've been kind of using as a duo together for a very long time now. So I want to try to go back to it because homegirl's on a budget, okay? Alright, so now I'm taking more of that Tarte Shape Tape underneath my eyes, chin, center of the nose. Having to use my finger for this because my brushes are freaking dirty and I would rather use my finger right now, and I can't use the applicators anymore because these concealers are from my kit and I can't put them straight on my face. It reminds me of when I first got into makeup, and my favorite concealer was the MAC Pro Longwear concealer that came in that little pump, and I always used my fingers like that. I wonder if this video will ever see the light of day. I would love to know. Where's that dirty brush I was talking about earlier? Oh, I found a clean one. I really like hope to get my life in check soon. Like, that would be amazing. That's the goal. Get my life together before 2019 is over, because supposedly 2019 was my year. Turned 30 this year, and not like I'm one of those people who was like really upset about turning 30. Like, it didn't bother me at all. I still feel like I'm like 23. I feel young, I look young, like it's not a big deal. But I was just really hoping to have a thriving business or something by now. I don't know. It's like Philip and I want to start a family. But for me, it's like I don't want to do that until I know that I'm financially okay to do so. And I would like to have a company or brand, I don't know, something that would just make me feel a little bit more stable financially, because these days just like freaking one job I feel like doesn't freaking cut it anymore, you know? It's like everybody's got to have a side hustle, everybody's got to have something, because everything's just so freaking expensive these days. And I know so many freaking stay-at-home moms, and I'm like, how do you guys do it? Like, my husband works, I work, and I'm still trying to create this other venture for myself. And that's just to live comfortably. That's not to, you know, do what I want and go get a Range Rover and buy $1 million home and, you know, start having a bunch of kids, enroll them all in private school, you know. That's just to buy groceries, eat healthy food, pay my gas bill, you know? I don't know. I just feel like these are real problems that you don't typically hear people talk about on social media because a lot of them don't have those problems anymore. But you know, I'm just a real girl living a normal life on the struggle bus. Now I'm going to tap one more time very well under these eyes. And with this Morphe, I don't know what the name of it is anymore, but I'm taking the Hourglass Veil Powder. It's just their translucent setting powder under my eyes. And since I've had an issue with dryness, especially around my eyes recently with all the stuff I've been having to use on my skin, I kind of like to do like a little back and forth patting motion to really get into all those little like, because I've almost gotten these little like fine lines because it's like the skin's almost trapped under there. And with a larger brush, I'm taking whatever is left inside of the cap and tapping that over. I have a little bit of texture left from that incident with my skin, so I feel like the powder and keeping things a little bit more matte helps. Yeah, so I think that kind of answers like the question that I keep getting like constantly. Yeah, I just keep getting asked if I'm pregnant, and I totally get it. Like, people get excited, and like a lot of women who don't like to receive that question, it's because, you know, maybe they're having issues getting pregnant, you know? Like, a lot of people try to get pregnant, they're really following like their ovulations and they're actively really trying, and it's just not happening, and it's really sad. So when they get asked, it's like really hurtful. For me, we haven't quite, you know, gone into that, just because my issue is that I just feel a little sad because I feel like I should be so much farther along in my life to where I could be financially stable to have a child. But also too, I feel like anytime I've expressed that, I get kind of a lot of backlash as far as, you don't have to have this and that to have a child. Oh, I don't have this and that, and I have 3 kids. Like, everybody's different. And it's just, I have this idea in my mind, and I just want to get as close to it as possible, if I can help it, on when I will have my child and how far along I will be in my personal growth and my career. I just don't want my children to struggle with the same things that I struggled with growing up. I just want it to be a different experience for them. So, but when I get knocked up, I get knocked up, and you know, we'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and bronze the skin with this brush that has absolutely had it. I told y'all that I gave myself my worst brushes to use and my clients the best. Okay, this is how much I love you. Also, this is my own bronzer. This is the only bronzer I have for myself. This is the Benefit Hoola Light. Go around the perimeter, you know the drill. I don't really do contour powders on myself because I'm so fair. When I'm darker, if I fake tan in the summer or something, I might dip into little things here and there, but typically I'm just a bronzer kind of gal. Okay, and for my face highlight, and I'll probably throw some in the inner corner too, I'm going in with the Benefit Cookie Highlighter, and I'm going in with like an old school brush. This is how I used to apply my highlighters. Then I got into using this little brush, and now I'm back to the big fan brush, at least for these more metallic ones. So I've already sprayed my face with some setting spray. This is the Bridal Finishing Spray from Scandinavia. So pretty. I feel like especially for the forehead, it just kind of lays it down so much nicer. And I like to place it on my nose, kind of here and here, and then go in with the brush to blend it out. I'm gonna spray the skin again, and while it's wet, go in with the same highlighter in my inner corner. I haven't tried this blush combo, but I'm going to mix MAC's blush in Ray Beam with a little baby NARS. What is up with these names? Glued? I don't freaking know. It's just more of like a deep mauve-y maybe shade. And I tend to go a little heavy with the blush at first. I like to pop it on the nose too. And then I blend kind of around it. So I'll go back in with my bronzer brush to blend the bottom. I go back in with my powder brush with my translucent powder on it, and I'll go in one more time with a little tiny bit of highlighter, and it kind of tones everything back down. But especially for bridal, I like a good blush. I didn't add enough blush on my wedding day, so I try to make up for it now. I'm gonna go ahead and set these brows down with the Benefit Brow Gel. I love this brow gel. I've used it all year long. I think it's time for lashes. Again, all my good lashes are saved for my kit right now. I have some Lily lashes, some mink lashes for myself that are more like special occasion. So I'm gonna skip on those today. But the lashes I'm using today are these ones I got from Amazon. I've talked about these in the past. I don't know if it was this particular style. I really like this new style. I'm gonna put the brand here, and they are the A04s. And the ones I'm wearing today have already been worn about 2-3 times. All right, so I'm gonna pop on these lashes and I'll be right back. All right, I finally got Jax to come up here. So if you hear the jingling of his collar, it's because I'm too lazy to take his collar off. So I'm just going in with a nude liner in the waterline. I feel like I do this every time I wear my makeup. This one's from Marc Jacobs. Going in with that mauve shade right under my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with that Love Letter, that pink color, I think. All right, I'm using my brush with a little bit of that Love Spell shade just to blend it down a little bit. So my husband spent 3 hours the other day getting me the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab palette, Conspiracy palette, the big one. So that's exciting. I haven't had like new makeup palettes in a long time. For lips, I'm just gonna go in with my lip liner by MAC in the shade Subculture. Am I feeling that? No. Let's try Wifey from Huda Beauty. And don't you dare think about judging my overline right now, okay? Just let me live my life without lip injections like everybody else. And I just gotta do what I gotta do over here, okay? The liquid lipstick I'm gonna use is just the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Lace Detail. It's a good nude for my skin tone. It's about the lightest nude that I can get. Like, I'm so pale, I thought that getting MAC Myth and the liquid lipstick from ABH, I think it's called like So Hollywood, like I would be like set. Because everybody acts like that's like such like a super pale nude. They're not really that brightening on my lips. Like, I have to do like straight up a super light concealer on my lips if I want to go super nude. In the center, I'm just going to throw a little bit of MAC's Flesh Pot just to make it not so dry and brighten it up just a hair. So I'm just going to put mascara on my bottom lashes, nothing to see here. I'm going to fix my hair, put on some clothes, kind of get ready to go, and I'll be back for a little final check-in. Alright, so I just put my hair in a freaking ponytail because it's super dirty, and yeah. Put a little highlight on these open areas because I'm wearing this like little off the shoulder pink situation. So yeah, just a little something something. This is definitely less pink and more mauve purple. I will keep trying other things until I like get this perfect mix that I have in my mind on the eye. So yes, I am going to make a little sandwich, eat, and then I need to get out, do some marketing, and head home, spend some time with my husband and my puppy. I feel like I say husband like every 5 seconds now. Like, girl, we know you're married. Calm down. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. Not quite sure what it's all about or if it'll even get posted, but you know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. I mean, what is up with the lighting? Hello. Yeah, it's a little dark. It's okay. Hello? Hello? I feel like that needs to be fixed. Let me just finish what I'm doing. So, I mean, the lighting is not okay. Like, what is going on here? Anyways. Who stole my concealer? Why? Hello? I don't understand. I just don't know where things like go. And now I have to pee, like. Alright, now that I found my concealer that was directly in my face. Alright. Love you. You didn't say you love me back. That's marriage for you. Ah! Wow, I look super attractive right now. But like, hey, I told you I loved you.
What?
I said I love you, you jerk.
Love you.
Love you. And I'm also... The garage door is a little loud. No. Whoa, I really should have cleaned my brushes. Wow. Because that pink halo, I really want to be able to take like a bunch of clients and really like make my work. Alright. Let me go find another setting spray. Oh my god, I have to pee. Like, why is it when I have makeup on the back of my hand and it would be like very inconvenient, I have to pee. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. I feel like my lighting looks a little better. Jesus. Get back up there, girl. Hello? I feel like that messed up my whole white balance. Oh my god. Hello, are we back? I don't know. I meant to shave my mustache today. And I didn't. Poop. I thought that getting, oh my god, what just happened? What is black? Like, why does that happen to me? So yeah, just a quick, you know, why do I say quick? I've never done my makeup quick before. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not okay.